Hey, my name is Chris and welcome to this Kartra versus WordPress video. We'll go through and compare Kartra versus WordPress. Which one do you need? Do you need both, or is just Kartra enough for your whole online business operation, including a website, landing page, opt-in forms, email marketing sequences, and so forth? Or do you need WordPress as well as my recommendations? So let's jump into this video and I will show you around. Alright, so to make a proper Kartra versus WordPress comparison and the pros and cons, we of course need to have a Kartra account and a WordPress website. And lucky for you, I have both as well. So if we just jump into Kartra and the back end, this is how it will look. So let's check out the pages and the page builder. And let's create a new kind of homepage-ish kind of page. So as you can see, they have a ton of templates for every imaginable thing that you might need. Thank you, video sales pages, etc., product reviews, launches. So let's pick a template that looks good for our personal brand or just a website in general. I liked this one, so click select, go up and click launch builder. So we'll give our page name like home, for example, with no category in particular and no site in particular, and click create. This will be loading your Kartra page builder, and this is what it will look like once it's loaded and imported the template. And as you can see, it looks pretty clean and it looks professional as well. Anytime you want to preview your page, go to actions and click preview. It will be loaded quickly for you so you can check it out and open preview. And here is your website that is done and it looks great. It's responsive, loads fast, everything works as it should. Now, regarding the page builder itself, it's a little bit clunky, but let's go through it. So first, you are in the components mode. So once we go to the components, we can hover our mouse over them and it will give us some options. You can't click inside of them as immediately. In WordPress, when you're building, you can, and using Elementor, you can just click inside and edit things on the go. Here you will need to hover over it, click edit text. Then you can come in and type welcome or whatever. Welcome to my page. Something like that. Click outside to save. And this is how it works. And if you want to move anything, you will still need to hover over the element, go to the drag and drop, push the button, and then you can carefully place it on a line where it becomes green like this. If you miss it, nothing will happen. So you need to be super precise where you want this to be. So you will put it over under contact me, for example, and there you will have it. And if you want to modify anything, it's the same procedure. You can clone stuff, you can edit the style, and then it will need to load this little dashboard up. So you can adjust if you want a small button, a large button, medium button, and you don't even get a preview, unfortunately, when you're just doing it like this. It's not responsive, so you need to select what you want and apply to see how it became. The good news is that once you have done your homepage, you most likely don't need to do anything else with it. So we can just play around with the settings. We can select a background color as well if you want something else, but you need to click apply to see how it turns out. Just choosing a template and modifying it a bit, just the way I am doing it right now, and filling out the text, the font family, and a link where you want this to link. If you wanted to pop a opt-in form, or if you wanted to go to another page, you can easily just click apply and you are done with that. Click out exit. Now, what's also great is that you have a quick shortcut to go from desktop to laptop to mobile And as you can see, it builds a mobile responsive template from the start. So it makes it really easy to build out the pages. Now, according to me, where this page builder becomes a little bit clunky is it separates it into components and columns. So for example, here we have some components, as they call it, but we need to click columns if we, for example, want to do anything with the column or the stuff that is inside the box or the column. If you want to modify that style, if you want to adjust margins, maybe this is a good thing, I don't know. For me, it's a bit different at least. And as you can see, if you just click on this, it will have two different types of columns, this column right here and this column right here. So it's the outer one and this is the inner one. So if you want to like adjust stuff and move them to the left or to the right, up and down, or drag anything to another place like this, it's pretty easy. As you can see, I can just move this picture to the middle column very easily, but I need to be inside this columns mode to be able to do it. It's not everything at once. And this might be good, for example, because now when I'm in the components style, I can go and change the picture by clicking on edit style. It will load the configuration and then we can select an image that we want to have on our page. So this is how the page builder works. And of course, you just don't have to work with templates. You can go to the components area and you can select stuff that you want for your homepage. If you want buttons, perhaps you want ready-made accordations, or we can go to the, perhaps you want to add a video and you just drag them in. But you need to be very careful with where you put your stuff. It needs to be on the line. It needs to become green, and then you can let it go, and then you can insert a video or whatever. And as well, if you want to create ready-made sections, not just individual components like a video, like a text, like something, but a whole ready-made section, you can go to the sections area. And for example, if we want a countdown section, we can just go here, drag it in, and drop it wherever we feel we want it to be. For example, here. Bam, you have a ready-made section. Looks beautiful. And now you can go in and customize it. Now, of course, comparing this to WordPress, maybe you have done a page or a WordPress website before, but if you have not, let me just show you super quickly, not diving into any kind of tutorial or anything of the likes. And here, just to compare how it looks, if I want to go with templates, I can choose to go with a template like this, add templates. And once it's done, you will have it inside of your page, and this is how it looks like. Now, I think that building pages and websites in WordPress is a little bit easier, and once you get used to it, it's a bit better, but the learning curve might be overwhelming as well for some. Here is our section that we had previously, where you can, just by clicking on it, you can adjust the minimum height and how it should behave. And inside you can just click and you can start typing, as you can see, really quickly. If I need to move any kind of section, I can just drag it at once and place it anywhere I want. If I want to add, for example, a button over here, I will just find my button. Here it is, drag it in, release it, and here it is. And you can customize it and say download now. So as you can see, this is a bit more, I mean, WordPress has been around in Elementor for forever, but just comparing the page builders side by side is not a fair comparison, because Kartra is so much more than just a website. A full CRM system with, you can sell your products, you have your email marketing integrated, You have your landing pages, your websites, your forms, your memberships, videos, calendars, campaigns. I mean, they have everything. All right, so this is a Kartra versus WordPress comparison and not a page builder comparison. So let's get into the pros and cons. Can you use only Kartra? Should you only use WordPress? Can you combine both? This is what we'll be talking about. So if your main strategy to get traffic is through content marketing, which means that you will create a ton of blog posts with SEO in hopes of ranking on Google, then you will not want to use Kartra solely. You will want to own your own domain, your own hosting with your own website, have your post there SEO optimized. That is the way to go. Now, if you don't plan on writing blog posts and you're not even remotely interested in writing blog posts to rank on Google, you will get your traffic through ads. You will get your traffic through social media, YouTube videos, Facebook groups, TikTok. Then you will be just fine with Kartra. You can roll with that. And you can also even combine by having WordPress as your main, and this can be your face outward, this can be your front end, and in the back end you can have Kartra working for you with landing pages, opt-in forms, your courses, and everything that goes with driving an online business forward. So it's very much possible to combine the two. And one thing that you can do if you decide to go with a WordPress website and Kartra is to create your forms inside of Kartra. Just copy the code and you can embed them in a WordPress website. So if you go into the form of Kartra, we can choose the form design in the form design step inside a form if you want it to go inside of a Kartra asset or if you want the form to be embedded in a third party. So you can select this step instead, click save, you can build it out and click save, and you will get the naked or the JavaScript. And let's just check it out how it becomes. We will go to the HTML snippet, put it inside, put the code in, and there you have your Kartra form. Let's just check it out by going with a preview. And here is our WordPress website. Of course, we will need to modify this to make it much nicer and not as ugly as this. But as you can see, now we have integrated Kartra together with a WordPress website. So once you get leads from your WordPress website, let's say you have a WordPress, you're having blog posts, you're ranking, you're getting traffic, they are opting in to get a free lead magnet, and they will be straight sent away back to Kartra, where you can start with email marketing, automation sequences, selling them on courses, and you name it. You can do whatever you want. You can also, of course, create landing pages inside of Kartra, come back to your website, have a button which pops up the landing page. So that's a way to combine them as well. So there you have it. You have Kartra versus WordPress. My recommendation is that if you are going with getting traffic on Google through blog post, go with a website, start there. If you are getting your traffic somehow else with ads and stuff like that, you can just go with Kartra. If you want to combine these two, you can do that as well. A great example of someone who does this is louisehenry.com. She uses Squarespace actually as her website builder, which is great for her. But if you, for example, want to get her free plans, she uses Kartra as landing pages. As you can see, it's the same opt-in form that we just showed you. This is a live example of someone who is using Kartra in the back end and having a website at the front end, and in that way getting both of the worlds combined together and having a powerful online business rolling for them. So that's it for my comparison of Kartra versus WordPress. I hope this video was helpful. It became quite long, so I hope you stayed until the end, and I will see you in the next video.